All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who teach and rule well. And salutations to the Akim out there laboring of the hopeful elect that's doing this work in truth and sincerity. And pretty much want to land back on the Akim. You know, the Spirit was out, to call out an individual, ex-member of Great Millstone, which was a head of the San Francisco camp by the name of Yahweh Call. And pretty much initially I wasn't going to do a video concerning this matter, but I had to think back and recall that we did meet this individual here, brothers in our New Jersey camp. And we met him pretty much when several camps ascended upon 34th and 7th, back when the apostles were back there teaching. And him and the other brother, pretty much I think it was like maybe 2 or 3 individuals that pretty much came up and to visit. And we kind of picked up something from him through the Spirit, but we spoke about it amongst ourselves, but pretty much all the pieces are coming, the pieces of the puzzle are pretty much coming together. But brothers bringing out certain testimony, and of that nature, and pretty much, the Lord pretty much called his number, man, and he's being called out, you see, because the situation, if brothers already know that he split from the San Francisco camp and pretty much went out there and did his own thing. Now, there's nothing really wrong with that, but like I said, you're still doing the work. You're not going off on a doctrine, but sooner or later you got to make amends with the members, pretty much of where the situation would cause some type of friction. It's only right, and pretty much, man, when you have that old man still in the person, and that person pretty much may have like a demon that come on him, pretty much, the man, pretty much does not repent, and pretty much sincerely you repent, or sincerely pretty much bury the hatchet and fix things with the brothers that you were laboring with. It was just went to where it was, he just broke off and did his own thing, and a lot of that comes from pride, you know. But he's been out there for a number of years on his own doing his thing, and pretty much, going across seas, going across different parts of I pretty much believe California, pretty much, I think he might have been in he might have been in Nevada or somewhere, but pretty much in different places, that I recall seeing him, and then pretty much, now, the Lord pretty much called his number, and he's being called out, and now brothers are pretty much, coming forth with testimony, pretty much on how this individual really was, and I don't want to really touch too much on what we picked up from him, but what we seen that we picked up from him amongst, our camp when we did meet him, was that pretty much, we seen a little pride in him, and he was pretty much there, like stargazing at the end of the day, you know. But this man is pretty much seasoned, in his truth, And I remember him and the Northern brother when they started a camp called Delete Your Judgment. So these guys, but he's been in this thing for a very long time, and pretty much now, he's being called out, and now you have these other individuals here, okay, brothers that's doing the work, and another reason why I actually did this video is because this was pretty much a similar situation that was going on in my particular camp in Jersey, some years back. And this was the spirit that was going out there with where pretty much ex-heads were being pretty much kicked out. They wasn't right in the spirit, but that cunning and the deceitful manner, that these men come in. Because why? It's because they're seasoned in this thing, and they pretty much prey on younger brothers that are pretty much not really built up in the spirit, and are not seasoned enough to really discern certain things. So this is where he pretty much took advantage of brothers, and pretty much he really imposed his will and used his title, so to speak, because the judgment wasn't really all out, on this man being pretty much being kicked out. It was a squabble that he had, pretty much from my understanding, within his own camp. And he just separated ways. Hey, you got men in the scriptures that pretty much did the same thing. Paul did that. But pretty much, nobody really said much, but because the man was doing the work. But pretty much, man, all of this man's iniquity is pretty much coming up in the spirit, and this is why you got Akim pretty much, forming like killer bees through the spirit and calling them out. Now, this video pretty much surfaced, about this individual. It says here, this is from the camp Lions of 12, and they pretty much, had a title, Beware of Wolves in Sheep's Clothing, and, ex-elder. So now really it's all coming out, and brothers are pretty much waking up to him. The younger brothers are pretty much waking up to him, pretty much talking about the affiliate camps that, pretty much are not really, they're in the spirit of Great Millstone, but don't have the Great Millstone title, but they pretty much, apostles pretty much recognize them, and, the elders pretty much recognize them, as being, pretty much in the spirit. But, it was some situations where, he probably pretty much, caused an offense to brothers, man, and, they have actual, video, it says really of 2 or 3 witnesses, 2 or 3 witnesses pretty much, but, at least 2 witnesses, Salakia, but, you can actually, bring on a righteous, accusation on somebody, and it was fit to be true, because now you just seen, where they actually in this video, where they actually played actual, audio footage of him, and just being a straight demon. You see, pretty much, wishing death on brothers, and pretty much, just pretty much just not being sincere, and especially if you're coming in the form of a elder, so to speak, when you come up amongst these brothers, you're supposed to be setting an example, man, and getting brothers on the level, but he took advantage of their, not being seasoned in the spirit, and this truth, so let me get scripture real quick, and then it's just really just coming out now, man, and this is nothing new that I haven't seen, because we have been in a situation similar to this, this is 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 2. Feed the flock of the Most High which is among you, and take an oversight thereof. When you want to take oversight, man, pretty much, let's get that real quick. We're going to break this down a little bit. Let's go to take oversight. Oversight, to look upon, inspect, oversee, look after, care for. This man pretty much wasn't caring for the flock, man. He's pretty much was threatening brothers, and wishing, putting curses on brothers, and wishing death on them, man. Care of the church, which rested upon the elders, to look carefully, beware. And, in that sentiment, you're not, doing things in the right way of where somebody that's seasoned in this truth and comes amongst younger brothers, and, he pretty much wanted to come over and rule over them, man. Okay? But it says you take an oversight, man. An oversight is just caring for the flock, man. You feed them righteously. You feed them in the right way. You're not putting an evil thought in their mind, man, because pretty much that was his intent. You want to, you get around brothers and brothers, start to drinking, and you want to start planting an evil seed within the younger Akim, about certain apostles or elders that you personally have a squabble with, and embedded in their heads, man. You see? Okay, this is what this individual was pretty much doing, man. You see? But it says, not by constraint, but willingly, not for filthy lucre, but of a ready mind, but of a sound mind. This man was not doing things of a sound mind, man. All right, let's get that word constraint real quick, okay? Because that word pretty much goes a little bit deeper than what's here. All right, let's dig into dive into that word constraint. Constraint, by force or constraint, right? All right, let's get that. Let's see. I want to grab. Let's get that root word here. To necessitate, compel, drive to constraint by force, threats, etc. And pretty much, man, he was pretty much threatening brothers and according to him, everybody was an agent and pretty much was, had them pretty much in a chokehold, so to speak. You see, right? But it says, right? Let's go here real quick, right? Let's go back. It says, here's the point. Neither being lords over the Most High's heritage, but being examples of the flock, man. This man was not being an example of the flock, man, because this man was pretty much being Lord over the Lord's heritage, over this truth, man. He was using the truth and how, how many years he had in it and being seasoned in it and pretty much praying upon the younger Akim, man. You see? Okay? That's pretty much what he was doing, man. And he was using it to his advantage. And, this thing could have really gotten out of hand, but brothers are pretty much in the spirit. And these brothers, man, are of the potential of elect, man. Brothers pretty much explained, they kept their cool, man. They kept, they humbled down, which was really, the right thing to do, okay? Because like I said, when you get in a situation like that, man, the Lord's gonna pretty much justify you at the end of the day, man. But it's a great thing to see that these brothers, humbled down and didn't get carnal with this individual, man. You see, but the Spirit pretty much came and brought it out, man. You see, okay. But pretty much, man, he was using this truth as a almost like a burden over the Akim, man. He pretty much in threatening brothers the way just the things that he was doing, man. You see, right? Because this man was pretty much, he was all over the place at the end of the day, man. Let's go with Matthew chapter 23, verse 15. Woe to you, scribes, Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye compass sea and land to make one a prostate, and when he is made, you make him twofold more the child of hell than yourselves. And pretty much, man, this was his intent, man. There was his accusation, stories where this individual pretty much went across the pond, over to England and pretty much, and he's pretty much all over the country, and really, concentrating mostly in various parts of California and Nevada, and pretty much, man, he was pretty much trying to put these men, okay, and pretty much turn them, okay, against the order that has been established, man. You see? Okay, this man was nothing but really at the end of the day a fugitive, that was really rejected of the Lord literally at the end of the day, and pretty much, trying to pretty much inject, an evil thought within the potential elect, man. Okay, this man pretty much compassed sea and land, man. And then what did he do, man? He tried to get these guys really in to turn them against certain individuals, man, within the body, man. You see? Okay? Then that's pretty much what he did. You see? All right, from there, let's go to let's see. Let's go to Matthew. Let's go to Luke real quick. You get that? Luke chapter 17, verse 1. Then said he unto the disciples, it is impossible, but that if offenses will come, but woe to him through whom they come. And there's gonna be offenses that come within this truth, man. But woe to them who they come from, And he offended a lot of brothers, man. And he has not really made amends with that. He has not fully repented, man. And when you go into repentance, man, and the scriptures, when you go read down, pretty much, if a brother pretty much trespasses you, you're supposed to forgive him, even if he trespassed you 7 times, you forgive that brother, man. But this man was not fully repented of what he did, man, because there's no way that you're doing that and you're still offending people, man. Okay, this man has left a trail of offense, a trail of offense, and pretty much, man, he done pretty much had a encounter, so to speak, with one of the brothers in the camp, and that brother, pretty much, he was pretty, he was offended a little bit, man, just in a way, but it's just the fact is that in just that little time, you see, okay, we didn't actually like break bread with this individual, we pretty much, met down there at 34th and 7th, and pretty much we had camp, you see, but pretty much we saluted him and greeted him, but there was an offense that came even with that, even with the greeting, man. But we picked up on how he moved. We picked up on that, man. But a lot of times you don't speak upon things when you see it like that. Sometimes the spirit has to work and bring it out. So pretty much, I mean, that was many years ago that happened, man. All right. But it says, right, that offenses will come, right? It were better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck, right, and cast him into the sea, than that he should offend one of these little ones, man. And pretty much, man, he offended, one of these
very
little
important
ones. One of these little ones.
To connect to the source.
One of these little ones, man. He pretty much offended these little ones, man. And he has offended other brothers, man, within his own camp. You see, so brothers are pretty much, the testimonies coming out. And this man has pretty much visited other camps, and even from that, brothers were offended. Okay, so we're seeing how this man is his pretty much his body of work, man, as far as offending brothers, man. And really, at the end of the day, you may be just meeting a brother, just for that day, and brothers came across an offense from him, man. You see, so what more to where you pretty much laboring with the brother every day and being in the same camp, man. When them brothers kept it pushing, man. Speaking about the San Francisco camp, man. Hey, nobody said nothing really, because the individual was pretty much still doing the work, okay. But now we're seeing behind the scenes of what he was really doing, man. Okay, so now it's pretty much coming out, man. So now hey, like the elder pretty much brought out, man. Hey, a lot of these camps that are out there, man, that are pretty much against Great Millstone. Hey, he might have had a hand in planting that seed within their minds, man. We don't know what type of destruction or terror this man has caused, man, within the body, man. You see? Okay, but hey, the Lord's only sifting for the elect, man. You see? So these brothers pretty much came out of that fire, and pretty much, they hey, they calling them out, man. Okay, so shalom to them brothers, man, for pretty much staying in the spirit, man, and not having the situation escalate. to where it got physical, man. Okay, because this man was pretty much really throwing out idle threats, man. You see, pretty much, and like I say, brothers come from all walks of life, man, and brothers really, had to humble themselves down, man. Not to, pretty much lay hands on them, man. You see, that demon, man, you speaking, and like I said, and cats think they're more built than what they really are, man. At the end of the day, man. But brothers, but shalom to them brothers, that they stayed in the spirit, man. But this is all pretty much for a purpose, man. You see? All right, bring our next precept real quick. Bring this out real quick. Let me bring out let's go to Matthew chapter 7, verse 15. Right? Beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly are ravening wolves. And pretty much, man, this individual was under the radar for quite some time, man. You see, nobody really knew the workings that he was doing. Pretty much all the brothers humbled down, even the brothers within his own camp humbled down, man. They didn't, they offenses were made. You see, okay, and pretty much ruling over the Lord's heritage, man. You using this truth and you trying to rule over it and using your authority, man. You see, okay, over the younger brothers, man. You see, and was the title of those individual the brothers' video, man. Sheep's wearing sheep's clothing, but you're ravening wolves within the inside, right? It says, verse 16, ye shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns, or figs of thistles? Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit. You see, every good tree brings forth good fruit, man. And it says, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit, man. So if anybody really is following this guy still, and pretty much, the guys, and this is the thing where the Lord really, and you got to watch out for a guy that's real charismatic and a good speaker, and the Lord's rejecting guys like that. The Lord is really rejecting people like that, man. Okay? You see? Let's take, for instance, Moses. Moses pretty much had a speech impediment, or pretty much, his speech, was not of the best, but the Lord was dealing with him, man. You see? Okay? So a lot of those guys that had that spirit on them, the Lord got rid of them, man. And a lot of them were actually ex-heads of camps, man, within the body. You see? But it says, a good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth evil fruit. So any guys that are still will see these testimonies coming up, and they still going up against it, and pretty much, man, you're of that corrupt tree, man. Okay, there's nothing good that's gonna be coming good out of somebody that's coming from a corrupt tree, man. Okay, you got the mind, the seed already planted within the man's mind, and he can't discern, the righteous and the wicked. You see, okay, that's where it really lies, man. Man, brothers probably got a little bit starstruck a little bit, from the brother. The brother's he's been doing this work for years, man. Okay, but like I said, the scriptures say, man, many are called, but few are chosen, man. You see, but his intent wasn't sincere, man. You see, it says, every tree, verse 19, every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewed down and cast into the fire, man. You see? All right? And this man's not bringing forth any type of good fruit, man. You see? Okay? Wherefore, by their fruits you shall know them. Right? We read on. Read a couple verses more. Right? I'm going to get to the point. Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. You see? Okay, and not many people, man. You know the name, and hey, man, what was your intent at the end of the day, man? Okay, how many of the little ones have you offended, man, along the way, man? All the way of when you want to look at your personal, talking about Yahweh call, looking at his personal body of work, how many brothers have you offended along the way, man? And have not, pretty much repented from that. You see? Okay? But it says, verse 22, many will say in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? And pretty much that's individual like that. That's what he would say. This guy is pretty much nonstop on the block. That was his page. And he was basically doing, a large plethora of videos. He was pretty much going out there, every day, pretty much, man. You see? Okay? And it says, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? And in thy name have we cast out devils? And in thy name have done many wonderful works? And this is what he would say in his mind. Look at the videos I did. Look at my long string of videos that I did. Look at my body of work. Okay, right? And he says, and then will I, talking about Yahushai, profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. Now I'm interested. Let's look into that real quick. Okay. It says, all right. Let's go with that word new. To learn, to know, to come to know, to get a knowledge of perceived, feel, to become known, to know, understand, perceive, to have knowledge of, to understand, to know, to become acquainted with, to know. You see? All right? So this man is pretty much, he's rejected at the end of the day, man. You see?
Very important to connect.
He's pretty much, rejected at the end of the day, man. His number has been called up, man. You see? This man's pretty much has been under the radar for quite some time, but now pretty much, his iniquity is rearing his head now, man. So again, I wasn't initially going to do a video on this though, but I do recall with all this is really on the fact that, we did meet this individual some years back in New York, when he came to visit. And, pretty much we, us, my the camp that I'm affiliated with, brothers spoke about the, him, in the interaction. And we picked up some things on it, man. And not only that, being, him being the ex-head, this is a similar situation that we have went through, and at the end of the day too, man, you got, other people, man, that see that men have been pretty much ousted from Great Millstone, man. But you still have people, okay, that are still admiring these guys, man. Okay, you got people that's out there, man, in certain positions, man, that's still admiring rejected guys that have been rejected, man. Okay, because these guys are all in their personal feelings, man. Okay, and hey, the Lord's gonna, hey, brothers better start discerning through the Spirit, man. If he's out, he's out, man. That's it. Okay, it's not of no unrighteous judgment. Nah, the Spirit's bringing it out, man. The Spirit brought it out, and that's what it is, man. So with that, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash, Shalom.